Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Rob here, back with Norwich for episode 9 of the series, I think. We're drawing to the end of season 2 now. Could be an outside tilt at Europe on the cards, we'll see. Right then guys, in short, is there an outside tilt at Europe? Well, technically yes, but probably not, unfortunately. As you can see from the table here, we are sat in 10th, which is really good. I'm happy with that. 7 games left, and we're 8 points off the pace for the European places. So very much outside, but you never know. You never know. Certainly an improvement on last season and also earlier in the season as well. I think where did we last leave it? It was Boxing Day, wasn't it, against Wolves? Really good 3-1 win. We'd had that break for the World Cup, and I think last time the consensus was that the results, the turnaround slightly. We were picking up more wins, but the performances were looking a lot better, and there was, despite some of the losses, there was still there was positives. As you can see, there's still probably too many draws for my liking, but there are more wins, and in fairness, we haven't lost many times, and that's obviously the start. So after Wolves, I was, for a start, I was going to come back at the end of January, but just nothing happened. I think we had a couple of sort of fairly minor outs, but nothing came in. Let's just see. Sorensen went off to Stuttgart for 2.3 million. Didn't look like we were going to shift him. I was happy to keep him around in the squad, but he wanted to go. He wasn't getting much game time, and it just made sense. So off he went to Stuttgart. And then Rashica, which was a bit annoying because he was always a sort of a decent option, but he was complaining about going. He wanted to play, and he is a good player. So he's on loan at Celtic, and we'll evaluate that at the end of the season, see how we're getting on. I think the only other one of note is Famewo. Again, wasn't getting much game time, so he's on loan at Preston, and again we'll look at him when he comes back. I don't think there was anyone in, no. So it was quiet. There was no point coming back for an episode for that. I thought we'll crack on and let's sort of plough through this season. So after the Wolves game, decent draw against Leicester. Obviously they're a good side, but mixed emotions because we started well, went 1-0 up. We didn't really play well in this game, so in the end, I was happy with a draw, but pegged back late, as you can see, 88 minutes. So it was a bit frustrating, but after leading twice, but a draw away at Leicester, not the worst result. This was a bit of an annoying one. Obviously, Brighton was the episode before last, wasn't it? And they scored that sort of against the run of play to get a draw out of us. Thought this was another winnable tie based on that. Thought we were the better team there. Went to penalties, and as you can see, it went. We had a chance to win it with their miss. Chowdhury missed the next one, and eventually it was always gonna go against us. I felt then, and it was another situation. We had to come from behind, but then when we took the lead eventually, and again pegged back in the last sort of 15 minutes. So a bit annoying. Felt we could have done a little bit more there. Leeds 0-0, weird one. We don't keep many clean sheets, and we'd been in good sort of scoring form, so it was a strange one, but. Not much to say. It was pretty boring, as a lot of 0-0s are. Then we went to the Villa. Now, that was the first game of the season, wasn't it? That sort of barnstorming 3-2 win. We topped it this time with a 4-2 win. Todd Cantwell, again, for some reason, showing up against Villa. He's our top scorer this season, Cantwell, but it's still struggled for consistency. He's sort of a couple of games where he doesn't play very well, and then he has a couple where he bags a few goals and then goes off the ball again. So that's something we need to try and work out to get the best out of him. Ramos scoring again, and Matuidi with an absolute ridiculous effort, which I think we've scored quite a few goals. I might tag in a little sort of compilation because that's worth a watch. Lost 3-1 to United. Not too much to say. I mean, look at this, ridiculous. We got one back at the end, but never really in it. Couldn't cope. Arsenal 0-0. I was happy with this as a result, to be fair, out of this little sort of run of games here. With United, Villa, United, Arsenal, all decent sides. 0-0. That is one where I'm happy to keep a clean sheet and take away a point. Dispatched Fulham without much fuss, as we should do. I think we dropped points against them earlier in the season. I could be making that up. Yeah, drew 1-1. Winnable fixture, got the win, and that seems to be the difference in us now. We're a little bit more solid against the better teams, bigger teams that have spent a lot of money. And we're picking up results where we need to. Another 0-0 at Everton. So we obviously switched it a bit to try and become a little bit more solid, but we've maybe gone a little bit too far. So, but still, I think Everton are doing quite well. Yeah, Everton are up in 6th, so miles off the 5th place. By the way, that's locked down by the usual suspects, I suppose, if you think back to when Arsenal were one of those usual suspects. But yeah, Everton are right up there, so not too bad a result again away from home. Disappointing one against West Ham. This didn't turn up at all. Too many players not playing well. Not much of an excuse really. Just didn't get going at all. Fully deserved nothing, and that's what we got. Hope to bounce back against Sheffield United. Another 0-0. So at this point, I was worried that we were slipping again because we hadn't scored in 3 games. And again, this was a winnable tie. You can see from the ratings, the rearguard put in a good set of performances, kept us solid, but we just couldn't put the ball in the net. Again, the common theme is in all of these, even the United game and the Arsenal game, we had chances, and the finishing just wasn't clinical enough, which is a shame. But we went on a good run then. 2-1 against Burnley. They got one back to make it a little bit dicey, but we controlled the game for the most part, and yeah, deserved the win. I'm sure there was a good goal from Lees Melu in there as well, so we'll stick that in the compilation later. This was a good game. Again, one that I wanted to win, because if you look, say, like Burnley, Southampton, both down the bottom, and this is the sort of area we want to stay away from. So we had to be beating these teams, from here down. I mean, Leicester and Villa are a bit of a surprise there when you've got maybe Brentford, Brighton up there, but they're the teams we need to be beating, and we did so. It was a bit. We obviously was concerned we weren't scoring, and it's gone back the other way to scoring but conceding too many as well. 2-0 down in this one, and Timu Puki didn't start. He came on and scored an absolute banger of a hat trick to rescue it. I thought the point was enough, and then pretty much the last kick of the game, 90+3, scores the winner. Crowd goes wild. I was running around the room. Great win. Brighton, we just cannot find the key to them. Another draw. That's, I think, the 3rd this season. We're playing 3 times, draw each time, obviously in 90 minutes. Just couldn't find a way through. Again, better side, I think, created the chances but couldn't take them. West Brom, they're a team that have also did us in the Carabao Cup, didn't they? This time, a little bit of revenge this time. Again, we went behind though, twice actually, but we've responded well. So the character the lads show, there's a few comebacks this season for 3-2. It seems to be our sort of favourite scoreline. And then Man City, I was fearing this one, especially after they went, we kept it tight, but they scored in the first half, and we got it back to 1 each. And I thought we might sort of get a bit of a famous draw. And we did have a couple of chances late on, but they nicked it. A little bit heartbreaking, but I was really happy with the fight and the performance, because their team's a joke when you compare it to ours. So I've rambled on about that, but as you can see, the form has definitely picked up, and we can be disappointed in a couple of these. Not that one maybe, but Sheffield United, Brighton could have been wins. Really could have been wins. So we could be a little bit closer, but overall we're really happy with how the season's going. I think regardless of what happens now, it's an improvement on last season. You can see the development. In terms of the squad, it is one of those where some of the players that you sort of thought would play a part longer term are starting to become distanced a little bit now. People like Josh Sargent, who I was happy to keep around, starting to get little nibbles that he wants to leave for first team football. Obviously the Max Aaron thing hasn't gone away, but that people are offering, like, I've had a couple of offers for like loans with future fees of like 8 million. I'm trying to play him to get that back up, but I might have to resign myself to the fact that we lose him in the summer for less than we wanted. That we perhaps maybe could have got rid of him maybe at the start of this season, or at the start of the whole save for a lot more. But whatever. That is what it is, and there's a few players like that might move on, that I assumed would probably be part of the squad going forward. But in terms of like the first team, pretty happy. I think Matuidi's probably the only one that we'll look to replace just because of his age. But we'll see what happens in the summer, how much money we get and what comes in. So there shouldn't be too much change. I think we've got the start of a decent squad building. Anyway, today it's Tottenham. So last time I think we spoke, we won 2-1 away from home. Really late winner. To sort of get a surprise 3 points. They're down in 12th, so actually they're below us. And this is a big game today, because Chelsea, Liverpool coming up. if we're going to have a little run at those sort of that bottom European spot, it's only 6th up for grabs. I don't think we're going to get it realistically, but we have to win today, I think. And then, depending on what happens, is how we'll approach the rest of the season in terms of showings on the channel. So we've got to go for it. We've got to go for the win. No real changes, I don't think. We're going for this one. The usual stuff, except is Ayrton Lucas. That's the only other thing actually. Ayrton Lucas was picked up a bad injury. He's been out for a while, so that's been a bit of a blow. But otherwise, same team. Kalulu and Komar. Aaron's on the right, Giannoulis on the left in place of Lucas. Matuidi in the holding role. We've got Lees, Melu and Puig. Campbell, Brooks and Ramos up top. Bit harsh on Pookie maybe, but I did give him some time after that hat trick, and we missed Ramos, and he's a little bit more dynamic. So just having a little look to see if they've done any business. Looks like Victor Lindelof has gone to Tottenham from United. Is he playing at right back? Can't be bothered with that. Right then, important. It is an important game for the purpose of that run, but if we don't win, we've got Chelsea and Liverpool next. So, chances are it might be a little step too far for us. But if we can finish, in 10th or in the top half, I think that's what we said at the start of the season we'd be happy with. It's coming back to us early doors. Let's just hope this is an FM kickoff highlight and nothing horrible. Cantwell pumps it. Ramos or Chase, but they'll see that out. But yeah, good season. There's a few, most of these players are on the young side. Okay, they're sort of early 20s, so their development might not be drastic now, but things just seem to be starting to gel together. I mean, you can see with like the tactics and stuff, we still don't have those green links for the relationships and stuff just yet. So when that comes, even though we've been playing this sort of shape all season, we haven't changed anything too drastically. We've tweaked things, but the shape and the personnel has been as consistent as I can get it. So once that starts to blend in, we should get a better set of performances. And I think consistency is the one. It's that word, but that's been our problem. Is with some of our bigger players, Campbell, Puig, Brooks, the attacking players. It's consistency. They show they can do it. Good ball in, off the bar by Puig of all people. Did he save it? Oh, it's a corner. Okay. Lees Melu's got a couple of bangers for us this season. He'll feature a couple of times, I think, in the little goals compilation I'm going to do. Putting some pressure on him here, though. Come on, boys. Let's get ourselves in front. In it goes. Too close to the keeper. These corners, we still haven't cracked these. We've scored one or two, but yeah, we need to be more. We need to have a little look at those and see what we can do. See if we can be a bit more creative with them. That's the one thing that I think that's lacking in Football Manager at the minute, isn't it? Is the set piece thing. You're a little bit limited on options if you want to be creative and try something a little bit different. Well, that's well closed down. Cantwell into Lees Melu. He's offside, isn't he? No? Looked offside. Whatever. I'll take the corner. In it goes. Skip challenges, and that's fizzled that out. We're on top, but we're not really creating anything clear yet, have we? There's that header that tipped onto the bar, but it wasn't like a wonder save or anything. We're knocking it around while he says no. Come on, boys, put the pressure on them. They've not managed to play out yet. They could be famous last words, and they ping one in behind here now, but we've really struggled. They've really struggled to get out. That's a great play. Oh, come on. Ramos's finishing's been a little bit. He's not been on a drought, I don't think, but he's not been as ruthless as he was in that sort of purple patch he had in the middle of the season, which has hurt us for goals. And again, it's consistency. But he's only young. I wasn't expecting him to be playing this much in the first season with us anyway. I thought Pookie would still be the main man, but he holds the ball up so well. Sorry for all the like snorting, coughing and clearing throat and stuff, guys. A little bit of a cold coming on, I think. Tottenham trying to play out again. We've given them a real struggle to get out so far. but we've not done anything with the sort of possession that we've had when we take it off them, unfortunately. Here's Harry Kane. Always got to be careful of people like Son and Kane running in behind, because they'll finish. Though they can't have finished that well because they're sat in 12th with 7 games left. So there we go. That's it. Come on then, Brooksy. That was quick. We're up the other end. Into the box. Played well. Hold it. Have it. Get in. Where's it gone? Just lacking a little bit of penetration. Just can't quite craft that clear chance. We had that one-on-one with that Ramos had saved. Look at this. We've been the dominant team, but you can see what's going to happen if we don't find the goal. I am happy with the performance. It's a wonder of what to do. I think we can probably play a little bit wider and stretch them a bit more, but I don't want to leave ourselves too open. I am conscious of players like Son and Kane on the break, and they're only going to need one decent chance probably. Spurs start the half and we've taken it straight off them. Lovely stuff. Hope you're enjoying the series so far, guys. I've really sort of gotten into this one. It's got its hooks in, so I'm looking forward to seeing where we. Oh, there it is. He's at the back post, completely unmarked. I mean, it seemed too easy. I was waiting for like an offside flag or something, but it's just whipped into the area. Look, and Ramos is just unmarked, just nods it in. That's why I've got him attacking that near far post. 1-0. There we go. Deserved though. Up to 9th. Happy days. Happy days. What was I saying? Yeah, no, it's got its hooks in a little bit. It's a good save. I'm enjoying it. So I'm hoping that we can sort of crack on. This is definite progress this season. So I think next season, if we can get a half decent transfer budget, it's not going to be anything major, but it'd be nice if we can. It's almost trying to force the club to show a bit of ambition, and maybe if we can sneak into those European places one season, that's where the money will start to roll in a little bit more, and we can really make some moves. Tottenham coming at us a little bit now. Easy save for Mantle. But yeah, hopefully you're enjoying the save as well. One thing I did want to ask you guys, let me know how like the structure of me doing episodes and stuff. Do you want to see more episodes per season? Less? Do you want me to lay them out a little bit differently? I'm always happy to take the feedback and alter things. Here we go again. Then Ramos for his second, saved again. He's had a couple of chances, but I suppose he's put one of them away, and that's what counts. I'm getting a little bit tired now. So yeah, what I was saying, whilst it's paused, let me know in the comments and on social media and stuff like that. How you're finding things, and it'd be nice to know. I think we're going to change the two wide players, bring in Solis and Sargent. Don't need to change anything massively. I think we've caused them loads of problems. It might be that we give Pookie 10 minutes as well. See if he can nick something. Let's do that. Bit of freshness on all as the sort of forward. I can't talk. Forward 3. Puig knocking it around. His Lee's Mellow. Oh, into Sargent. Cross it. Pookie. If Sargent's offside, I think. Yeah. I thought he was. Yeah, I thought he was. I did think it did look slightly off. He just went a bit too early off the back, didn't he? It's close though. I didn't realise how close. I mean, he should have squared it, but no harm done. I say no harm done. I don't really want to change how we're playing to sort of hold on to the lead, because we've dominated the game really. Here's Sargent with a bit of space. Can you find a cross? He's got Aaron's. Fine. Keep the ball now. Oh, lovely little reverse into Pookie. Lays it to Sargent. It's a good block. Giannoulis can hit one. He can hit one. It's nowhere near the goal. Spooned over. Oh, I think now let's just tie it back just a little bit. Don't want to change too much. Just need to. Oh no. Lulu away. Oh, it's back in horribly. That's fine. Ooh. Lee's Mellow plays a great ball to Giannoulis. Can we put this to bed now, boys? Corner, that'll do. Tick it down. Nothing stupid here. I wish they'd just play it in the corner, to be honest. I'll Pookie at the back stick. wanted his goal. He has been a bit of a super sub a couple of times, especially, like I say, that hat-trick saved us. I mean, we were 2-0 down, dead and buried. Superb. Well, great win. I mean, I'm happy with that. 1-0 against Tottenham. We've battered them, really, haven't we? We should have had maybe 1 or 2 more. But that's superb. Let's see where that leaves us in the table, guys, because, you know, if a couple of results have gone our way, it might be a bit exciting, but after we play Chelsea and Liverpool, it might have gone. Right then, guys, so it's put us up to 9th, and actually we're only 2 points off, but they've got 2 games in hand, so we need Brighton to drop some points, we need Brentford to drop some points, and you never know, maybe 7th could be on, to be fair, if we get lucky. But we've got those 2 really, really tough games, Liverpool, Chelsea, who, I mean, Liverpool are well, they're definitely still in the title race. They can go level on points, although behind on goal difference, and Chelsea will be fighting for that top 4 spot. So it's gonna be hard, but you never know. The odd point here and there, it might help. But I think, like, consolidating this top 10 will be a great season. We'll be really happy with that. Now, I'll leave it there. What we'll do is I'll put some of those goals together that I mentioned, because there's some real scorchers, and then we'll see you next time. I'll come back before the end of the season, one way or another, and we'll talk about season 3. Hope you've enjoyed today, guys. We've got lots coming out. Derby Savers is continuing. Scott doing really well there. Well worth a look if you haven't already. My local to legend with Bromsgrove Sporting has started, so go and give that a catch up. We'll put some cards up so that you can go direct links, but plenty going on the channel, and more to come soon as well. So like, subscribe, all of that stuff, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers.